So the art project, we were supposed to do a picture that represented something that like mostly affected our lives or something. And what I decided to do, it was a stencil of this kid that was crying because he didn't have any likes or any comments or any followers after he like posted a video on like social media. And the meaning of this project is to show how social media can affect younger generations and how it can make them feel uncomfortable with themselves and feel like no one likes them and things like that. And that's like mostly the meaning of that I wanted to show in my project.
This art piece is from Miss Dooner's class and her stencils class, which basically you would get a sheet of plastic and you'd cut out a shape of a figure or anything like that, and then you'd get spray paint and spray over it. And for one of my stencils, it was the Lucifer painting. And when I made this, I kind of did not have a specific theme I was going for at first. Because I was really struggling with what I was doing. So when I first got this big piece, I started with just like red oil pastels, and a lot of the symbols on the paper are symbols from a show called Yellow Jackets, and the show is basically about a bunch of young teenage girls who get lost and isolated in an area, and then they start manipulating themselves, that there is some sort of it that is controlling them. And so this piece, I based it off of not only that show, but also like the psychological part of the show with like religious or psychological, like how cults can psychologically affect you. And so like this is kind of like an interpretation on how messed up your brain can get from how much a cult can affect you and stuff like that. And it's like a lot of the stuff is covered by this symbol, so it's like you can't really think about anything else freely without this being on your mind, like the cult being on your mind and anything like that. And everything else is pretty all over the place, just for more of that like kind of like everywhere feel. You can't really like think on your own without thinking of like the how trapped you feel in the cult or whatever like that. No, but like pretty much the meaning's just religious like it's either religious psychosis or how like I would say religious psychosis like in the national meaning of it, but for specifically like this piece with the show it's based off of, it's like how cults and stuff really mess up your brain.
Of course we are. We did the show, bro. Alright, go. Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Information age of hysteria.
Gunther Gleben, Globen, Globen.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. You know it's kinda hard just to get along today. Our subject isn't cool, but he fakes it anyway. He may not have a clue and he may not have style, but everything he lacks, but he makes up in it now. So don't debate a player straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. You're gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you, no way. So if you don't rate, overcompensate. And you know you can always go to Ricky Lake. The world needs one of these. Hey, hey, do the better. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white. Need some cool tunes, not just any will suffice. But they didn't have ice cubes, so we bought vanilla ice. Now cruising in his pants that he sees homies as he pass. But if he looks twice, they're gonna kick his silly. So don't debate a player straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. We're gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you, no way. So if you don't wait, it's overcompensate. At least that you know you can always go to Ricky Lake. The world needs one of these. So hey, hey, do the benefit. Tattoo, yeah, he's getting it done. His eyes were at 13, but they drew at 31. He's trying too hard and he's not quite hip. But in his own mind, he's the dopest chick. Now give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Those trains, but the Cinco says. So if you don't rate, you know he doesn't get it anyway. You're gonna play the field and keep it real. For you, no way. For you, no way. So if you don't rate, overcompensate. At least that you know you can always go to Ricky Lake. The world needs one of these. The world loves one of these. Let's get some more one of these. Hey, hey, do the brand new thing. I messed up pretty bad at the outro. Look how sweaty my hands are.
I'm remembering the album covers and I'm gluing the likes to the album covers.
Try hard.
Yo! I hope that was on video.
Are you filming? Check.
Wow.